Hey guys, it's Carl Allen here. Today I'm going to do something really special. I'm going to walk you guys through the math of how you can start a business and go from $0 to $10 million in just 2 years. It sounds unbelievable, right? I know. However, before I get there, I want you to imagine for a minute what $10 million can do for you. So close your eyes. So picture yourself. Do you still work for a terrible boss? One that never listens, pays you too little, and expects long hours without extra pay? Well, all that goes away. You're now the boss of your own business and your own financial empire. Have you ever got on a plane and wondered how cool it is to actually turn left and go and sit in those really big comfy seats rather than having to get on the plane and turn right and go and sit with everyone else? It's amazing. Just imagine the vacations that you can go on. I know for me, just last year, I took 12 weeks of vacation time last year. 12! Most of it with my family. And also, my son wants to become a professional soccer player. So through my business, I have the cash flow to hire him a one-to-one professional coach. And my wife doesn't have to work. She can care for her family, support her local charities, and truly enjoy her life. Last year, I visited Australia, Dubai, Spain, Portugal, throughout the Caribbean, and throughout the United States. It was time spent on cruises, at fancy resorts, and getting a load of time with one of my mentors, Tony Robbins. It's a life filled with luxury without a horrible boss ruining it. Now that's something worth striving for. How would you feel to do something so amazing for your children to support their dreams? Or give your spouse the lifestyle they can now only dream of? It's not just about rewarding ourselves, but the people around us that we love and we cherish. So today I'm going to show you how you can achieve such things. It's so simple. All you need is a pen and paper, or for me, this whiteboard. And I'll walk you through how to start your own business and go from $0 to $10 million in just 2 years. First off, what business are you starting? So you're not just starting any business, you're starting your own deal-making business. This is you incorporated, where you're the CEO, the founder, and the head honcho. You pick your hours, your schedule, and you focus on what moves the needle for you. The catch, you're going to have to do some work, but I only see you taking an average of an hour a day to accomplish this. That's if you work hard and you think smart. And while I walk you through this, remember, this is just an example of how this is all working. I've simplified all the numbers so they're easy for you to understand. What you experience might be different, but the process of starting your own business as a deal maker is going to be the same. So let's get into it. So imagine you go out and you buy your very first business. So this business, let's call it business number one. Let's say the revenues of this business are $2 million. So it's a pretty sizable company. The costs in this business, let's say they're 1.8 million. So this business generates profit or free cash flow of $200,000 per year. So it's at roughly a 10% profit margin. So pretty good. Now what's interesting is when you buy a business, you typically buy it at a multiple of that free cash flow. And the average in the United States is between 2 and 2.5 times for a small business. So let's buy at the top of that range. So we're buying at a multiple of 2.5x. So the price, the cost for us to buy that business is $500,000. Now the good news is you can buy that business using OPM, other people's money. So you're not having to put your own money in to buy that business. So your personal investment in that business is zero. So we've bought that business, all well and good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to buy another business, exactly the same. So business number two, there's no difference. It's doing $2 million of revenues. It's got the same 1.8 million of cost. So the free cash flow, you've got it, $200,000 per year. We're going to use the same 2.5 times multiple. So do the math with me. What are we paying for the business? You've got it, $500,000. And exactly like the first deal, we're buying that business using other people's money, so our investment in that deal is zero. Now, what happens is we've got two businesses. Now I want to show you what I call acquisition magic. What happens when you take two businesses and you combine them. So imagine for a second, these are our two businesses. So business number one is a software company. So you bought a software company, it has software that it sells to its customers. Okay? And then business number two, let's say you bought a business in a complementary market like IT services, because companies that use software, they're going to need services as well to make that software successful. So business number two has a whole bunch of IT services, break fix, 24/7 support, security, all those different things. And that business has also got its own customers. Now look what happens when you bring those two businesses together. So first of all, the software that you already had that you bought in business number one, you can sell that to the customers that you've just acquired from business number two, and vice versa. All these IT services that you've just acquired, not only are they supporting their own customers, you can sell those to the customers that you already have from business number one. And that is called cross-selling. And on average, you can cross-sell at about 25%. So it means that you've already got the revenues from business number one, which were $2 million. You've already got the revenues from business number two of $2 million. That's $4 million in total, but you'll get more revenues when you cross-sell those products and services between those two customers. So you will likely add another $1 million of revenues from that process, making your total revenues now $5 million. The other thing that happens when two businesses come together is you're able to save costs, so overheads. Those could be, you might only need one facility. You can move both businesses into the same office, so you're saving that money. The maintenance costs, the utilities costs, insurance. You get better economies of scale when you have two businesses combined. You only need one CPA, one lawyer. You can double down on your marketing spend, one set of IT services. The owners that used to be in these businesses, they're no longer there because you now own these businesses. So all that cash flow, all that overhead that they were taking out is staying within the business. So we can probably, through combining these businesses, not have a 10% profit margin, but increase that all the way up to 20%. Now look at what happens. So we now have business one plus business two combined. So the revenues of that business are now $5 million. It's the two plus the one from the cross-sell. The cost base is now going to be $4 million because remember, we're now going to be generating a 20% profit margin through all of that different stuff. So now we're making $1 million of free cash flow. And then the way valuation multiples go, the higher the cash flow, the higher the multiple it compounds. So to sell that business is now worth a multiple of 4x. When it was only making $200,000, a 2.5 times multiple, that's about right. Now it's at $1 million of free cash flow. This business is now worth 4x. So that business is now worth $4 million. But why would you stop there? You've just spent a year buying two companies. Now let's see if we can buy two more. So we're going to do exactly the same. We're just going to double up on all these numbers. So the next two businesses you buy by doing exactly the same process as we've done before. Now our revenues are 10 million. Our cost base is $8 million. So our free cash flow is now $2 million. And then when we get to $2 million of free cash flow, we can now sell that business for a 5 times multiple. Remember, the higher the cash flow, the higher the multiple. So now with a multiple of 5x, That combination now of 4 businesses, so that's 1 and 2, this is 3 plus 4. The combination means now that we now have a $10 million collection of 1, 2, 3, 4 businesses. And we can comfortably do that all within a 2-year period. So that's it. From 0 to 10 million in 2 years. You're only buying 4 companies. These are good companies at a rate of 1 every 6 months. Each of them, you've seen, they're gushing cash flow and they're putting you on the track to success. And who knows, you can even do more than that. I have one student who's done this 73 times inside of 5 years. Not 4 times, 73 times. So listen, if you're interested in learning more about this, take a look at my business buying blueprint. How to buy an established profitable business in 99 days or less using none of your own money. We're using other people's money. But there's no obligation. This is for people looking to kickstart their journey and take action. It's pretty simple, I'd say. Only people willing to work will achieve all of this success. And I'm excited to be sharing this with you. So feel free to like the video or share it with your friends. Just imagine who in your life would benefit from escaping a disastrous working situation for a better future filled with wealth and prosperity and a whole lot more fun. So thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you soon. Until then, bye for now.